So Mike White is the right quarterback for the New York Jets. And I'm not saying that because they just beat the Chicago Bears 31-10 and he threw for 3 touchdowns. I'm saying that because he's the right quarterback that fits this system. He's not going to go out there and make the dumb mistakes like Zach Wilson. When I watched Zach Wilson, I was never a fan of him coming out of BYU. And I'm trying to hold some bias back here, but he's just not a good quarterback right now in the NFL. A guy like Mike White, no, he's not Patrick Mahomes. No, he's not Joe Burrow, but he doesn't have to be. They weren't asking Zach Wilson to be that guy. But you look at what this offense did today. We saw Elijah Moore have life. Garrett Wilson have life. Garrett Wilson has had a game this good since Joe Flacco was in the starting lineup when they beat the Cleveland Browns. And I've been saying Garrett Wilson is a really good wide receiver. He's on the same talent length of a Chris Olave, in my opinion. They just haven't been giving him the football because Zach Wilson is very inaccurate and he doesn't go through his progressions. Mike White goes through his progressions. He gives everyone a chance to go out there and get the football. And the New York Jets have weapons. The New York Jets are a playoff caliber team. I stand by that. When you look at the weapons on this team, all they needed was a quarterback to just make the right throws, do the right things, and let their defense carry them the way through. Their defense is legit. They have one of the best young defenses in all the NFL. That secondary can blanket coverage, and their linebackers are very good in space with guys like C.J. Mosley. And they can also get a lot of pass rush with their defensive tackles. So they are really good on the defensive unit, and they're really good on the offensive end as well. And remember, they're missing Breece Hall. They're missing Elijah Vera Tucker. They're missing Mekhi Becton, and they're still a really good young offense. But Zach Wilson just went out there and cost them too many times. And I applaud the decision to bench him. I think that you should bench him for the rest of the season. I know a lot of people may say that's an overreaction, but Zach Wilson has been horrible this year. Mike White came in there. He looked really good. Joe Flacco looked really good towards the end before Zach Wilson came back. Like I said, against the Cleveland Browns, he looked really good. He's going to give the guys a chance to go out there and prove something on this New York Jets team. Zach Wilson don't give the guys opportunity to do that. He overthrows guys. It was a play last week. Denzel Mims was wide open. He overthrew him. Then he just doesn't see him in the back of the end zone because he always wants to break the pocket and make the hero play. Mike White's not going to do that. He doesn't have the hero play in him to do that. And what I mean is he's not going to scramble in the pocket all day. He will throw the football away. He's not going to take a dumb sack. He's not going to do that. When you notice something against the Chicago Bears today, he didn't get pressured as much as Zach Wilson because Zach Wilson will hold on to the ball for too long and throw off his back foot. And the next thing you know, the ball comes out inaccurate or it's an interception. But Zach Wilson has been holding this team back like I've been saying before. And I think that going forward, Mike White is the right quarterback for this team. And if it's not Mike White, you got to put Joe Flacco in. You have to put in one of those guys. A veteran presence, and Joe Flacco will help, even though he's immobile behind the pocket. But Mike White is the best quarterback for this team. When you talk about read through progression, gives you some mobility and will give you a spark. And it seems like the guys believe more in Mike White than they did in Zach Wilson. I don't think the press conference did it for Zach Wilson. It definitely didn't do it for me. What did it for me with Zach Wilson was the fact you had wide open receivers and you couldn't give them the football. I don't really care what people say in the press conference. That's what a lot of people saying. He didn't own up to it. He said, no, he didn't let the defense down. He did let the defense down. He also let his offense down. You're letting the receivers down when guys can't get open. Obviously, you're going against a bad Chicago Bears team. And I don't want to put a whole bunch of stake in just saying Mike White's the next best thing for the New York Jets, but he could be. We don't know. But one thing that we do know with Mike White, he's going to read through his progressions and he's going to give everybody a chance to go out there and catch the football. And also another thing as well, we can go back to last season when Zach Wilson was out against the Cincinnati Bengals. Mike White came in and looked really good again. So maybe this is something with the New York Jets, but Mike White doesn't have to go out there and throw for 4 touchdowns each game. He doesn't go out there and throw for 3 touchdowns each game because each game isn't going to be this. But if he can just be stable, not turn the football over, give the defense a chance to get a breather and let the game just be close and they can still run the football with guys like Michael Carter and James Robinson, the New York Jets will be a playoff team. This is already a playoff caliber team, but you had a guy in Zach Wilson that caused him too many mistakes. I do want to give Mike White some of his praises because I feel like a lot of people just didn't give Mike White his praises just to spite Zach Wilson. Mike White so far looks really good with the New York Jets. Read through his progressions, didn't make any dumb throws and make any dumb decisions, threw the football away when he needed to. And he gave guys like Garrett Wilson life, 2 touchdowns today. Look at Elijah Moore, 2 catches, 64 yards, 1 touchdown. He hasn't had that many yards with Zach Wilson in quite some time. And all these receivers, they get open. So to the people that say that the New York Jets receivers weren't getting open against New England Patriots, that's a lie. You can go on film and see that. And it's also another thing as well. There's going to be a lot of people saying that he went against a bad team, the Chicago Bears. Let's see him go against real competition. He went against real competition last year in the Cincinnati Bengals, and he had a good game in that game as well. So Mike White right now is the better quarterback for this team than Zach Wilson. But let me know in the comment section. Maybe people want to see Zach Wilson again this season. I don't want to see him again this season with the New York Jets unless a major injury happens, and I hope that doesn't happen for anyone's sake. I think that you keep Zach Wilson on the bench, you let him learn from guys like Joe Flacco, and you let him learn a lesson. You let him learn how to deal with media, and you let him learn some humility. That's what you do. But right now, he's getting a big piece of humble pie. I do think we will see Zach Wilson in the future with the New York Jets. I'm not saying that we won't ever see him start for this team again. I'm not saying his career is over, because I don't believe it is. But I think Mike White right now is the right quarterback for this team, and the New York Jets fans should be happy, because if this guy's your quarterback, like I said before, you're going to be a playoff caliber team if he doesn't turn the football over and make dumb mistakes. But we will see how this progresses. I'm going to be covering this team a lot as the season goes on. So hit the subscribe button if you're new. Also hit the like button. Most importantly, want each and every last one, you guys stay safe, stay positive. Let me know what you think about this whole situation in the comment section below. Thanks for watching my video, guys. Peace.